Welcome into Friday Night Trivia right here on the Sports Objective, of course, here Facebook Live and our YouTube channel live. And ladies and gentlemen, on assignment right now, Bubba Rosenbaum. You're out at the ballpark. How are you? So take me out to the ball game, sir, but we got to be social distancing.
Yeah, doing well. I'll turn the camera around here, watching a little 8U baseball practice. Riley and his ERDS team have their second tournament. They played last weekend, and then they're playing down in Mint Hill at the Mint Hill Athletic Association again tomorrow and Sunday.
Wow, how are the crowds there? A lot of people coming. Are they social distancing? Are they wearing a mask? You're supposed to be wearing a mask today. What's up with you? They're gonna get you for trespassing.
Yeah, hopefully the officials at the USSSA aren't watching this, but let's just say you couldn't tell a whole lot of difference from a normal tournament.
Oh wow. Okay, well, we'll move right along. Speaking of COVID, I know that Texas Tech. You sent me a screenshot today. I know they gave some official results from the Texas Tech athletic department.
Yeah, in the last several days they had tested 197 people. That's a combination of student athletes and also staff, be it coaching staff, administrators, etc. So they had 23 out of those 197 test positive, and 21 of those 23 have already recovered. So that's the good news, and it seems like that's been the case several places.
What about the other two? That's my question. What about they never said about the other two?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were I don't know, testing positive here in the last couple of days where they hadn't had the opportunity to recover. But
that was my hope. Yeah, so everything good, and we have our usual suspect. Terry Gallagher.
Hey. Me and Bubba's wearing, we got different, he's got the flag, I got the flag, he's got the shirt. True pirates. We are pirates all the way.
Yes. We need more Gallaghers and Rosenbaums, that's for sure.
That's right. Boy, that'd be hard to say, wouldn't it? Gallagher, Rosenbaum.
Yeah, hey, that's funny, Dave.
It sounds like a law firm.
Yeah, I don't remember where this was. I think it was on Facebook. But one of Kyle's buddies, or at least acquaintances or something, he had put a message out about the podcast saying he enjoyed the last episode or two, and he couldn't think of my last name. He remembered the Rosen part, but he said that Rosen something guy.
Yeah, and nothing was mentioned about me, so I'm just know nothing.
You're Dave. You're just Dave.
Yeah, Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here. That's what it means to me.
Bubba doesn't even know.
Nah, he's a youngster.
Cheech and Chong. That's Cheech and Chong. Do you know who Cheech and Chong are?
I do. I've seen bits and pieces, but not all of that.
Yeah, they had some good movies back in the day. That's when the HBO and the Cinemax, they had like those digital analog boxes, and there was they had the scrambled channels. And then sometimes you had HBO for free, the weekends. But my dad always said, he said, if I ever catch you watching those movies late at night, I will throw that box out in the backyard.
And then he was also in the excellent sports movie Tin Cup with Kevin Costner. He was in that as well, correct? The caddy. That's
right, I believe so. Yeah, those some good times. Terry, I don't think he remembers the 70s or 80s. Do you remember the 80s?
A little bit, not much. I was recovering from the 70s. No, we looked like the Cheech and Chong whenever we go to the dining hall to eat. Late in the day, get out of somebody's van. Whoa. Nobody will know we're doing this. Nobody will ever know.
It's great to.
Don't get it. Okay. Look, I had one TV channel growing up. One station. We had one station. If you had a TV, if the first time when they first came out with channel changers, I had a friend who his mother bought one, and there was no other channel to change to.
Hey, Dave, that's what they call them in Middle Georgia. They call them channel changers instead of remote controls.
We call them clickers because whenever you push the button, it made a clicking sound.
Clicker. That's right.
I think it was RCA came out with them first, and
What about
color? And
I
also
remember
color
Zenith.
TV. Look,
Zenith?
There was not a color TV in the house I grew up in.
Wow. Zenith is the first one I remember, Terry.
Okay, RCA had the clicker.
And those big wooden TVs that was a piece of furniture.
Well, the tubes.
Yeah.
TV tubes
What's
back
amazing?
then were,
What's amazing is that actually to my left there's 65 65-year-old 65-inch TV near me, and back in the day, the same room there was a 25-inch TV. Waylon's getting on you there.
The TV in my room that I watched sports in and all. I guess it's a good time, but it just went out. So I guess
Time to get a new
means
TV.
when I get to Wilmington, I'm getting a new TV. So
I was just going to say, Dave, I saw the comment you put on the screen there from our good friend Waylon Summerlin, and he said they're called 8-year-olds. I'm sure he still has Spencer changing the channel now at, I guess, I don't know, 16 or whatever Spencer is now.
RCA 25-inch. There you go.
Yeah.
But the clicker, we had a clicker.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, the big screen TVs back in the day were horrible. Do you remember that in the 80s? Those ones with the lights and the what do you? I don't even remember. Those are horrible when you were like a toddler, Bubba. They were god awful. Thank God the TVs have come a long way as far as big screens. You know,
I've got a thing now I can find my phone with.
Oh my God!
Click it. All I gotta do is click it.
Oh well, we're gonna have fun playing trivia tonight, Bubba. I know we're gonna wait till we get some more folks on, but we have Waylon on, and we just need Willie, and we got the boys right. So, you're not saying much tonight, Bubba. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just checking out. I'm just watching practice.
Keep an eye.
Watching practice.
Something else that I was going to chime in with, though, I saw earlier today, I don't know if you guys saw it, that there's going to be no more Civil War in terms of the rivalry between Oregon and Oregon State. I don't know what they're going to call it now, but I guess it's kind of similar to what happened several years ago with the Red River Shootout, as they called it, between Oklahoma and Texas. They just started calling it the Red River Rivalry.
Yeah, they would call it the game that used to be called the Civil War. No, I don't know. I mean, I think with the games and everything, I don't think the games are the problem, and I think that we have to be careful, obviously, with offending people, and we want to do the right thing.
If you really took the word Civil War and broke it down, Civil War is not, there really is a such thing. War is not civil.
Yeah.
I mean, it's war between individuals and the war between different parts of the country, or war between schools, but I'm a history guy now. Don't get me started on technicalities about history, because it's funny how the term racist did not exist until the 20th century.
I didn't know that.
There was no such, just there was expressed that way. But what happens, you get different context. Take the same word, and 30 years later, the context will make that word entirely different in its meaning. I'm not justifying anything. I'm just giving you kind of a history lesson about things. The way things develop. So it's like social issues. And social issues aren't an issue until enough people make it one, and then it develops, and then it goes from there. But it's funny how things are. I'm just grateful for each day. I'm thankful to be able to look. We got too much good stuff in this country to always focus on the negative, and that's what I try to do. I try to stay away from negativity. It'll get you in trouble.
So why are you a pirate?
I'm a civil pirate.
Okay.
Something else I noticed, Dave, within the last day or two, Big 12 Commissioner Bob Bowlesby said that he and the other P5, as they call it, commissioners, are coming together to decide whether they should try to push back the conference championship games from that first week of December or not. So that's something else to keep an eye on to see if that happens here in the next few days or weeks.
Yeah, I agree with pushing it back for a different context, not because of that. Speaking of context, because I think it's crazy that we don't get me started by the playoffs, but I just think it's crazy that you play all those games and then you have 5 to 6 weeks for some of these guys play again, and
well, at least what they do now does speed it up a little bit, not completely, but you're right. Speaking of civil pirates, we are inclusive. See, that's the beauty of being a pirate. We're inclusive. We remember how the pirate system works. Other than a captain, everybody else, we're all the same. You didn't really have, you had the different terminology, but you really didn't have in terms of equality. It didn't matter about color and stuff like that. So everybody, you live together, you die together. You bleed, sweat, work, it's all the same. Get out there on a hot Saturday afternoon and play a game for 60 minutes nonstop and see how, tired and sweaty and hot you get and see what you think.
Waylon says civil pirate. Is that like government intelligence laughing out loud?
There you go. He's sharp as a tack. Or bowling ball. I'm not sure which.
Something else, Dave, I saw where our former conference mates up in Stores, UConn, cut 4 sports, men's cross country, swimming and diving, tennis, and then they cut 1 women's sport, which was rowing.
Yeah, they raised $500,000 in one day for the swimming and diving, by the way. And our swimming and diving folks are still at it hard, and hope that they get their chance at the table to talk to John Gilbert and let's bring swim and dive back. I think that would be fantastic. And I think one of the best programs we have in ECU history, let's bring it back. So, yeah, well, speaking of, I know, Buck, you're saying you avoid negativity, but hopefully it'd be nice to have, as the administration has One Pirate Nation, it would be nice to have that back at some point.
I can't speak. I don't really have a real good. It's hard to get some of that information here where I'm at about what's going on. So I try to stay out of that right now. I don't have enough of an opinion to have an opinion.
we got Bunk speechless, man.
I'm all for what works.
And Dave,
I'm with you fellas. I'm liking Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? That's a favorite movie of mine. And Del Martell's the other two when they're chained together. He's in the middle, and he says he's with them too. I'm with you fellas. There you go.
Now, what I was going to say, Dave, we've talked about the numbers at some of the other schools like Texas Tech. Obviously, East Carolina Athletics put out the release yesterday as far as 192 folks have been tested, something like that. I want to say it was 133 football players and other athletes.
So 59 staffers.
59 staff members, and you had that one positive test, and they did not specify where it was.
We only had one
staff member or whether it was.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but whether they didn't specify whether it was an athlete or whether it was a staff member.
Maybe
I hear Clemson's having quite a few.
23 at one point a couple weeks ago.
They had some more after that.
What about if
Kansas State had 14?
what about if the fact that you could have the Pirates? What if we stay healthy, and some of the other teams they don't stay healthy? Is it still? Are we going to have, if we had a really good season this year, where they put an asterisk by it? East Carolina wins all these games.
Yeah, we
so,
could be number 6 in the country.
yeah, you never know. I mean,
They ain't gonna let us be number 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1, because that's gonna be our 5. But
Johnny Gardner's
they might
what's up, Johnny? Johnny's
14
saying
more.
thinks Clemson just announced 14 more cases for Terry's favorite team, the Clemson Tigers. So I'm sorry,
Clemson.
Terry.
Clemson, Clemp, C-L-E-M-P, Clemson.
Where the P is silent.
Clemson's like Lower North Carolina.
Or as the Gamecocks say, Clem's, CLEM''S, son.
Clemson. There you go.
It was
Well,
pretty.
originally there was only one Carolina, and that was East Carolina.
I thought
there was still only one.
Funny guys. Here in the last couple days, I guess it was back at last weekend because it was for Father's Day. Clemson fan tweeted a picture of Dabo Swinney and said, "Carolina fans, be sure that you wish your daddy a happy Father's Day."
Oh my goodness!
Oh man. And by the way, I know you guys probably saw it. John Swofford, the commissioner of the ACC, is retiring after 25. He started in 97, so it'll be about 25 years worth. So love to have him on. Yeah, well, you're in the SEC country down there in Georgia.
They consider the ACC second, way down the line. So other than Lower North Carolina, Clemson. You take Clemson out, and I mean that's what it's all about. SEC. So the what do you call it? The football SEC Bowl series.
Oh, for the playoff. Yeah. Well, how about Larry Scott will be the Pac-12 will be the longest serving commissioner after Swofford retires in the Pac-12. So, hopefully at some point we get, speaking of being at the table, hopefully at some point our conference, I mean, I don't know what we have to do. I was thinking about the other day, people said, well, I'm talking about the football playoff. I said, well, you look at UCF. I said, UCF almost went undefeated for 2 straight years and they couldn't they couldn't make it to the playoffs. So I can't imagine how anybody can honestly say that.
And they beat Auburn after Auburn beat Alabama and Georgia.
And UCF was, yeah. And UCF was a national champion, right, Bubba?
That was such a that was such a I can't even put it into words. One of the big syllable words.
What, for UCF or for Alabama or what?
Oh, what are you talking about? Oh gosh, UCF beat. I mean, they beat Auburn. Auburn beat Alabama and Georgia that same season, and it was Alabama that won the national championship, wasn't it?
I believe that's correct. Yeah. And Waylon puts up an article about. Is that about good old Terry Gallagher?
Oh my goodness, that's an old one.
Thank you, Waylon.
Yeah, that's a while back. Geez, that's 15 years. Unbelievable. Oh yeah, I was a young up and coming high school coach. Now I'm a washed up retired high school coach.
Football coach. What about track and field coach?
You see what I'm wearing? I found this out there in my shed.
Okay,
This was my 1992 track team at Northside High School, and we were second in the state that year in the top classification, and very powerful. Good bunch of kids, all that type of stuff. And I learned it. I learned my track I got from Coach Dollar Bill Carson at ECU and Coach Curtis Fry at South Carolina, who is a ECU man in the Hall of Fame, matter of fact.
Wow.
So all through the years, I kept in touch with them, and actually had a couple guys come up there to ECU and run track on track scholarships.
Hey, Terry, I know there are a lot of people asking, when are you going to be in the ECU Hall of Fame? Wouldn't that be great?
It would be that would be something. This I mean, to get in would be just fantastic because I represent the ultimate ECU player, and that is somebody that nobody wanted who got a chance, and it didn't start out bright. I spent a year on the scout team, and then earned my way up to a place at the dinner table, and I was hungry. Once I got there, I was hungry. So
they say for one of the qualifications is holding records, and we always joke with Terry. He had 6 senior seasons. I mean, that's a record at East Carolina.
I may have been the only one to be officially in the program. I found it. I've got 2 senior awards for football trophies. So, yeah, I was a senior twice. I got to live a year of my life over, and that was, it's a fairy tale, come true. I'm still waiting on the clock to strike, but, Frank Orville got me up there. Henry Trevathan kept me there, and Pat Dye tried to run me off every day.
I know. Are you guys ready for trivia?
We've been speaking trivia. We are. I am trivia.
I'm trivial.
Oh, Lord.
Waylon says Terry and Leander.
Yeah, there's a picture. We do have a picture that they took, me and him together out there. It was Ficklen Stadium back then. And when I got to ECU, it held, I think, 22,000 or maybe 20, and had light poles. Yeah, the light poles were in front of the stands on big telephone poles. You had to be careful running out of bounds.
Oh, man. So you got to imagine going from 20,000 to 51,000. It's got to be a big difference.
And TV was also, I mean, anytime we got on TV, it was just incredible. So, because you didn't have 58 games. Yep, the skinny-legged boys of Coach Dye. We were all 2-something. That was us. We were all 2-something. Bunch of rejects.
All right, well, let's play Friday night trivia here on the Sports Objective every Friday night. We try to do it around 7 o'clock, so join us. I think we'll have some folks to play. Bubba, I appreciate your hard work behind the scenes on this day. It's what we're going to start off, and I know we have football trivia, right, Bubba?
Yep, 5 on this day questions, and then the other 19 are all pertaining to East Carolina football in some way, shape, or form.
All right, sounds good to me. By the way, folks, get your season tickets at 1-800-DIAL-ECU, Monday through Friday business hours, or anytime at ECUPirates.com. And we're going to look at certainly Waylon's comment, and we'll get to your comments, Waylon. We'll start some trivia right now, and let's do it. On this day in 1981, this NBA player, after 2 years in the league, became the 3rd basketball player ever to sign a deal at least $1 million per season. In this case, $25 million for 25 years. So who is that? On this day in 1981, this NBA player, after just 2 years in the league, became the 3rd basketball player ever to sign a deal worth at least $1 million per season. In this case, 25 million for 25 years. Who is he?
I got the time now.
All right. If you got the money, I've got the no. I've got the money. You got the time.
Hey, guys, I will say that the first 2 were Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Moses Malone. So
I didn't know that. Wow.
You can rule those 2 out, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Moses Malone.
This is the third one. Okay. All right.
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Put it back on the screen just in case you want to see that, folks.
Time's up.
All right.
Anybody? Come on now.
That part about 25 years, and that was the part that really got me about that contract. And when it said 25 million for 25 years, obviously they were clearly just trying to lock him up for his career, however long it ended up being.
It's Irvin Magic Johnson. Magic is one of the all-time greats, and certainly, man, to be 6'9" to be a point guard is amazing. And
I would tell my students in school, high school, all you guys that are planning on NBA being your future, I hope you are as good as a 6'9" point guard.
Yeah.
If not, you're gonna have trouble. Yeah,
I'm sure I didn't hear you guys say this. Johnny and Waylon got it correct.
Oh, we did?
Irvin. Yes, indeed, Irvin.
Yes. All right, so let's go to question number 2 tonight. On this day in sports history, on this day in 1996, this player was drafted 13 overall by the Charlotte Hornets. However, he ended up never playing for the Hornets as he was traded just a few days later. A very easy question. Let's see how many people can get that. I'll put it back up there, I guess. We'll have. You ready, Terry?
Time starts. Yep. Time started.
All right, so we have Waylon and Johnny battling it out. Have a lot of fun tonight. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, by the way, live on Facebook Live, and our YouTube channel. Counting it down. 2, 1.
That's it.
All right.
Time's up.
Is anybody? We don't have anybody to put it up there yet, have we?
I can't tell. I don't know what's going on. I'm technologically challenged.
The answer is
Kobe.
Kobe Bryant.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Johnny's got Kobe up there. I don't know if it was after you said it, but I could be frozen.
Hey, we give Johnny the benefit of the doubt. Johnny wouldn't cheat.
Not Johnny.
My picture's frozen.
Hey, but the question number 3 for.
We got another Bubba in the house.
Uh-oh. Hey, Bubba.
Yeah.
The Bubba.
He's a Florida Gator fan.
Bubba and Bubba in the morning. Or Bubba and Bubba in the evening. A great radio show.
If we get William Grant on here, be perfect. Bubba.
Yeah.
Bubba. There we go.
I tell all Bubbas all the time. Question number 3. On this day in 2001, this former Pittsburgh manager, who also played 5 years with the Pirates, took first base to the dugout after being ejected. He also played for Chicago and Cincinnati and manager of Seattle.
Time is running. Oops. Yes, it is running. You know, time's always running. Never seems to stop.
It sounds that way, doesn't it? Yep.
Overtime.
We're going to
Night time. Fast time.
The nighttime
Slip
is
time. Nighttime. Daytime. Anytime.
sometime.
Out of time right now. That's it. Out of time.
All right, and we'll
Time
look
to
at
catch it.
who was this former Pittsburgh manager? Lloyd McClendon. Lloyd
I'm
McClendon.
sorry. I've never heard that one. Where's Bub? Might have to complain about that one.
We have the picture. Of him. We have
Gee.
picture. We have just a picture. There he is.
I take back what I just said. I'm sorry. McClendon. Who ever heard of that, Bub? Good
Waylon
grief.
got it right.
Yeah, that's called Bubba told him.
So you said he's cheating?
He's doing them baseball signs. Here now.
All right, here we
Bubba's
go.
not even smiling. He don't even. There we go. That's it. That's it. Work it now. Work it.
Question number 4. On this day in 1970, this Hall of Famer who played more than 2 decades and managed not 1, not 2, but 4 teams, hit 2 grand slams in the Orioles' 12-2 victory over the Washington Senators, who now are the Texas Rangers. Question number 4. On this day in 1970, this Hall of Famer who played more than 2 decades and managed 4 teams, hit 2 grand slams in the Orioles' 12-2 victory over the Washington Senators. Who is he?
Time now is running.
All right.
I can't even. That's.
That's actually an easy one. I did know that one.
I don't know that one either.
I didn't know Lloyd McClendon, but I do know this one.
4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Do we have a correct answer, Bubba?
Do we have any answers? Come on, man. Come on, man.
Let's see. Waylon's saying Dusty Baker. No, Waylon, it's not Dusty Baker. This was way before Dusty Baker. In fact, let's give you the answer. Frank Robinson. How about that? Frank Robinson.
That's Brooks's brother.
Let's see.
No, it wasn't. I'm just kidding.
All right. Last question. This is the last question. I even know this one. Oh my goodness, I know this one. Question number 5, because I'm a Hornets fan. Question number 5. On this day in 1991, this player was chosen with the first overall pick of the NBA draft by the Charlotte Hornets. Question number 5. On this day in 1991, this player was chosen with the first overall pick of the NBA draft by the Charlotte Hornets. Who is it?
Starting now. I got no service either, Bubba.
Hey, Bubba. Give my Forrest Gump. Hey, Bubba.
Captain Dan.
Yeah. I had 15. I got to pay. I got $15 pay. All right. Let's see. All right. So we have Waylon and
we got Grandma and we got Larry Johnson.
Both of those are correct. Grandmama, Larry Johnson out of UNLV. So we'll take Grandmama or Larry Johnson.
He was man, man.
Yeah, they had that. That was about the time that they had the playoff run there. So be nice to, being a basketball state, it'd be nice to actually have another run from the Charlotte Hornets. We'll see. I'm not going to hold my breath, but maybe one day. That'll be nice.
Do they have basketball in Charlotte?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. We lost it for a while.
You can say that about Atlanta too.
So. Question number 6. This is the beginning. Hey, all you East Carolina fans, if your friends know, tell them to come on now. We got all East Carolina questions the rest of the way from question number 6 to question number 24. Okay. Question number 6. Last season, East Carolina redshirt freshman Tyler Snead returned a kickoff 100 yards for a touchdown. This was the first ECU kickoff return for a touchdown since 2012 when blank, name the player, did versus against Appalachian State, Terry's favorite school.
Yes, indeed.
Favorite opponent, right?
I love playing them.
Question number 6. Last season, East Carolina redshirt freshman Tyler Snead returned a kickoff 100 yards for a touchdown. This was the first ECU kickoff return for a TD since 2012 when blank, who is he, did this versus Appalachian State. It wasn't Terry Gallagher. So do not put Terry
And
Gallagher, Captain
time
Buck.
is running. Time is running. Time waits on no one. Time does not stop.
For no one.
Time to start running. Time. And down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
All right. We have
Is
any
this
answers?
the kid from Granville Rose? Or is it, who is it?
Say that again, Terry.
I thought we had one against Southern Miss. That
We did. That was
John Williams. No, what was John?
yeah, that was in 2010 by Jonathan Williams.
Jonathan Williams, right. Oh, that was
Lance
2010.
Ray.
Lance Ray. He's from Arkansas. He transferred from Arkansas. Yeah, I remember that. I don't
All
know
right.
if he ever played much. Dwayne Harris is always a good guess.
Yeah, exactly. My gosh, and one of the best players we've ever had, especially
You know,
in recent times.
He wanted to go to University of Georgia really bad, and that's
They
when
skipped
Mark Rick, I believe, was the coach at that time, and they told him that they didn't know about quarterback, but they wanted him for the secondary. And Skip, they went down and said, "You can play wherever you want to play. Come on." And he actually, I don't think, played that much his first year, and went on to become, of course, somebody trying to break my records, and kind of made me mad a little bit.
In 2006, Dwayne Harris redshirted, and I just remember hearing stories from my good friend Britt Johnson about how Dwayne on the scout team was tearing up the first team defense, and then
Right.
sure enough, he showed it when he got his opportunity. And
He
Go
played
ahead.
quarterback too. So see,
yeah, he would be used sometimes in that direct snap wildcat role. And I remember that first game of the season. I guess it was the 2007 season when that happened. Unfortunately, with Rob Cass, and when all that went down,
that's
Brett Clay started the game, and then he was pulled, and Patrick Pinckney came in, but also Dwayne Harris was carrying the ball a lot that day and running the offense some up in Blacksburg.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready to go to the next question? Question number 7 tonight on Friday Night
Thank
Short
you.
on the
That's good, Johnny.
All right.
Steve Johnny's coming out.
Pirates blocked 2 punts last season. The first went for a touchdown in East Carolina's close win at ODU. Who scored the touchdown? Question number 7. The Pirates blocked 2 punts last season. The first went for a TD in East Carolina's close win at ODU. Who scored the touchdown?
Jeez.
Kyle Barber.
I don't think Kyle could run that far.
Well, they blocked it at the 5-yard line.
I don't think he could run that far.
We'll see if he's watching or not. That way he'll fire back at us. Cut some promos.
I remember TJ Lee blocking a punt in Charlotte against Virginia Tech.
Oh my Lord, yeah.
He didn't block it. He picked up, he scooped and scored.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
Oops, that could have been a trivia question.
It may be for a later time.
We don't have any answers yet, Dave.
Okay.
I cannot think of who it was.
Dave, Johnny Gardner chimes in and says, hey,
You think
he
so?
said he watched a hype video today and still drawing a blank even though he saw that clip.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Bubba
That's
Gallagher,
how
he thinks
he thinks Kyle can get in. You ain't met Kyle yet. Where'd you look at that fish? Look at that fish Bubba bought. How'd you buy that? How'd you get that picture? You went and bought that fish and then got him to take that picture.
All right. Who was it that blocked that first punt last season to go in there? Ready, Bubba?
For the touchdown was scored by Warren Saber.
Okay.
Warren Saber, yeah, that was phenomenal. I'll tell you what, there is something special about a block punt. I love it. I guess that's some people speaking of
Sudden
Virginia Tech.
change, yeah. It's that sudden change. And the bad thing is defense has to go right back out there.
Yeah. No question about it. All right. Question number 8. Bubba, do you want to do it? You want me to do it? I don't. All right, I'll do it. Question number 8. This former Pirate receiver was drafted in the 3rd round by the San Diego Chargers in 1990. He caught 43 passes, including 9 for touchdowns, and Bill Lewis's first season back in 1989. Man, that sounds ancient, don't it? Wow, 1989.
It's not Kyle's favorite guy, Terrence Copper.
Yeah, actually, not to call Kyle out, but I read this question to him earlier in the day, and he was stumped. He said pretty much anything before the Peach Bowl. You know, he kind of hit or miss. I mean, he obviously knows certain things like Ernest Bonner and some of the things to the 83 team, 78 team, because we've talked about it, but he's not nearly as good pre-1991.
He's still not sure I played, I don't think.
Well, you and Ernest Bonner played together, so.
Well, Ernest didn't know me, so. Never heard of him.
Well, we may have played together. I don't know. I've had so many concussions. Oh my God. Let's see if does anybody. Oh,
I'm not sure.
We got it. Yep. Johnny Gardner. He said Walter Wilson, and we'll see if that is correct.
Yes, it is.
He's our Ken Jennings of Friday Night Trivia on the Sports Objective. And Johnny, great job there. That's a good question from our good friend Bubba Rosenbaum. So any questions you don't like tonight, you can blame Bubba. That's a great movie. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. Question number 9. Name the former East Carolina running back who holds the program's single season receptions record for the running back position. That's the key right there. Question number 9 tonight on Friday Night Trivia. Name the former East Carolina running back who holds the program's single season receptions record for the running back position. And make sure you keep that in mind. It's not Terry Gallagher.
Well, I was going to say, well, I guess it came from the Pat Dye era, did it?
No, it did not.
You count 4.5 yard backwards passes. That was the only kind we were throwing.
All right.
I talked to a former ECU running back last night on the phone for a little while, Stephon Adams. Stephon's a little before Bubba. Actually, you too, Dave. He played on the Emory teams.
3-3.
Yeah, Stephon. He's a good guy. Keep up with him, and he lives in the Atlanta area.
There's the 3 brothers on that team. So that played for the Pirates. Great. We actually had them on. That was a lot of fun to have the Adams brothers on. They were. Is that Bubba? Is that the record for the most brothers on a team for the Pirates? I think.
I'm sorry, say that again, Dave. Yeah, practice just got over. What were you?
We were talking. He said you talked to Stephon Adams, and I was asking you if I said we had a great time with the Adams being on our show, and I was asking if that's the record for the most brothers on a football team. 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And one of the things, well, obviously that's part of the question, but yeah, three guys being on the team like that, three brothers at the same time, because I'm sure that's had not happened a ton, but you've had three brothers play at the same school, but yeah, for it to be at that same time, that's remarkable.
Yeah, that was from High Point, weren't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to say it's Southwest Guilford.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Greensboro area. Yeah.
Time's up, by the way.
Jonathan Williams, 52 receptions in 2010. That is really amazing. I didn't realize. I knew that.
Williams. Wow. Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
from
know he had
Rhodes
that
High School. Yeah, he had great potential. Great potential. He just never could put it together. He was a UNC recruit, but
he actually and with Greenville Rose, imagine being at a school where you won 4 state championships. I mean, that's just how many times does that happen? You know,
he probably should have gone away from here.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Today, Kyle and I were talking about the success that Jonathan Williams had in that 2010 season. Not only did he catch 52 balls for like 450 yards, he also ran for right at 870 yards and averaged 5.5 yards a carry and 10 touchdowns. And he also did a good job in the kick return game, like we already mentioned. He ran that one back Southern Miss for a touchdown.
Right. He was a big old fast kid. Now I don't know about the thing in the end zone in '83 because that was when technology wasn't like it is now. So I didn't get to hear much about ECU.
Bubba, you know that was it Stephon and it was it Vern? I guess it's talking about Vern Davenport, Clyde, and then Solon versus Miami in '83.
Yeah. No, he said Vern. I think he may have meant Van. It was
Norwood Van.
Norwood
Okay.
Van. I think it was Norwood
Vern
Van.
Davenport played with the Terry era, right?
Yes, that was post.
He overlapped.
All right. So you guys, by the way, thank you so much for paying attention and coming on and being aboard on the Friday night cruise, the Friday night trivia right here on the Sports Objective. We'll go to question number 10. How
can you have this much fun for free? I mean, come on.
Yeah, we need to start charging. Maybe we'll have more people that way. Question number 10, October 8th, 2011, the Pirates were defeated 56-3, and that was the fewest points scored and easily the most lopsided loss of the Ruffin McNeil era. And name the opponents. Question number 10, on October 8th, 2011, the Pirates were defeated 56-3. And that was the fewest points scored and easily the most lopsided loss of the Ruffin McNeil era. Name the opponents.
Yeah, that was the first year after losing our defensive front to the NFL.
Yeah, that was
what
a tough
mission.
day.
Yeah, how many times have we had our entire defensive front plus backups playing the NFL?
Yeah.
Jeez.
We need to have that back, guys.
I'd always guess Navy for high scores against us.
That's a good. Hey, that's a good one. Unless it was what was that Memphis score? Good Lord, for you. Anything under Mo.
Thank goodness we don't have to play Memphis all the time.
Yeah, that game you're talking about, Dave. Guess what? The final game of the 2017 season when he guaranteed the bowl.
We're going to go to a bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. And the sad thing about that one, I want to say Memphis had at least 56, maybe 63 there in the
third quarter,
latter part of the third quarter. I mean, they could have scored 90 or 100.
Started subbing at halftime. I mean, it was ridiculous.
I remember it was 63-6. Oh, God.
Yeah, I thought I was watching a meet.
Yeah, it was. it was not good. It was literally, I was going to work that day and I parked the car at 7-0. I'm walking across the parking lot. It's 14-0 before I could even get to work. I said, my God. And then one of the guys that's volunteering with me, went to part of the hospital, comes back, and they went again. I was like, another touchdown, another touchdown, another touchdown. I was like, you need to stop going to that part of the hospital. They keep scoring touchdowns every time you go there. Anyway,
Tell
Dave.
Mike Radford if back in the 70s they could have just enjoyed that tradition up in the stands. That's the way it was. One side was all students, and the other side was non-students, and the side of students was like a concert.
well, all right, let's go back.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
We never answered that question though, do we?
No, that's what I'm getting ready to put up on the screen. That lopsided loss was to Houston.
I thought you said Memphis. I thought that's why we were talking about. I'm sorry.
No, I was talking about in recent times that Memphis game, and man, 27.
Look.
Like Bubba said, it could have been like the worst game in the history of the Pirate program, in my opinion, as far as number of points scored.
See,
Yeah.
I got a built-in excuse, and mine's age. What's yours, Dave? See.
I'm catching up with you, my friend. Okay. I'm getting. Hey,
I can beat you now.
I'm less than 3 years away from my AARP card, so.
Hey, I've been there, done that. Got the T-shirt.
All right, 50 is going to be great. Can't wait. Let's see. Bubba's like, I'm not even 40 yet. Question.
Hey, pups. Y'all just
Number 11. The last time East Carolina football was October 4th, 1997. That's Logan era, and the score was 56-0. The Pirates had also been shut out the previous game on September 20th, 26-0. Who were the opponents?
I cannot imagine not scoring a point and going to practice on Monday with Coach Dye. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, Monday was hard enough without. No, Monday was toilet bowl day.
Speaking of bowls, we're looking forward to at some point having the folks home from Charlotte as they have the Duke's Mayonnaise Bowl. So, and next year, Terry, you got to come up because we're going to have next year in 21, we're going to be in Charlotte against your favorite team, App State, and the Duke's Mayo Classic. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
I like Duke's Mayo.
There you go.
That's what I buy.
The winning team gets a jar of mayonnaise. So
a banana sandwich with Duke's mayonnaise, or tomato sandwich, tomato and Vidalia onion.
I like Vidalia onions.
Tomato and Vidalia onion sandwich.
Sounds good to me. All right. The last time East Carolina football was shut out, 1997. And if you remember, folks, we were about to be shut out when David Blackwell took over in a couple years ago for the fired Scotty Montgomery, and we kicked the field goal to prevent that the 1997 record of having all those games without being shut out. So we kicked the field goal.
That game was ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah, when Dave Doran tried to be cute and he started icing Jake Verity up 58-0.
Oh yeah, put his fullback in. The center. Put the center in at fullback, and let him score a touchdown.
And by the way, guys, got some sad news in Greenville just now. I don't know when it exactly happened, but those of you that are in the Greenville area, IHOP and Bonefish Grill have closed permanently. So very sad. Those of you that I love IHOP and I love Bonefish Grill, both great places. I just got a text, so didn't know that. So very sad. It's amazing how many restaurants are closing, and with the number of cases we have in COVID right now in Georgia, North Carolina, it doesn't matter the state. We have people right now that don't. I was telling Bubba, there's actually people, and I won't get too much of a tangent, Terry, that actually think that COVID's not real. Like, are you serious? You really don't believe it's real? Like the social media posts, I'm like going, oh. So anyway, we need to put up the.
What's the answer?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, it's Syracuse and South Carolina, and Waylon Summerlin and Johnny Garner both got that correct.
Hey,
we of course lost 26-0 to the Gamecocks on September 20th of 97. And then a couple weeks later, coming off that open date, we went up to the Carrier Dome and were blanked 56-0 by the Orangemen. I guess they still were. That was prior to they had to cave to political correctness and be the Syracuse Orange instead.
All right, so we're going to go to the next question, question number 12. Great guy right here. I've been on the podcast a couple of times, friend of the podcast. Question 12, Scott Harley, who ran for a school record 1,745 yards in 1996, topped the 200-yard mark 3 times that year. Who did he run for 205 yards and 6 touchdowns against?
Was this in rain?
This was actually the, I believe, Bubba, this was the homecoming game that year. I remember
okay.
very well.
Yeah, this was, Terry, to answer your question, it was a pretty cool day, but I don't think it rained at all.
I was thinking of another game then. I know he had a big game against a team actually we have a good record against. People would be surprised.
Yeah.
South Carolina. But
there were two other games. I mean, I guess we could go ahead and talk about them, but it would narrow it down a lot. But yeah, the other 2 games, he ran for 351 and 291.
Right, he had a huge day against South Carolina. I know
that was in the rain, right, Bubba? That game,
that's what I'm thinking about.
That was I remember that game really well. All right, you guys want to put it up the answer?
Yes, Dave. It was. I'll say the South Carolina and NC State games were both in the rain, but this particular game where he ran for 205 and 6, it came against the Ohio Bobcats at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium.
And it was again. I remember that. Yeah, that was our homecoming game that year for the Bobcats and against the Pirates. And Scott had a big day.
And they were coached by who?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
I'll tell you this: the same coach beat us 5 years later with another school.
Oh man!
And the game in which he beat us in 2001 was in Greenville.
Yeah, 2001 we lost a lot, didn't we?
It was Jim Grobe.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Riding the Harley. Yeah.
Yeah, we're what a great year for Scott at 96, one of the best all time. Question 13, the Pirates had a player top the 200-yard mark in a single time during the Ruffin McNeil era. This player ran for 211 yards and 2 touchdowns. Who is he? What year did he do it? And who was his opponent? That, all 3 of those are tough, man. Let's see.
Receiving or running or returning kicks or all of it included?
Sorry, yeah, that was a typo on my part. Viewers, that is strictly rushing.
Rushing. Okay.
Did we have any running backs?
With Ruffin McNeil? Yeah.
We had receivers played in the backfield.
Yeah, Bubba, you as far as this, I have the person, I don't have the year or the opponent up here, so you'll have to help me with that.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time's up.
All right. Let's see if we can get the answer. We have 24 questions tonight, so just over halfway done. So we appreciate you so much for being a part of our show. It means a lot. And Bubba, I know we'll talk a little bit later about we have our season ticket sweepstakes. Terry's not eligible to win. He was hoping that he could take He could take his wife, or he could take his nephew Bubba, or different ones, but that's not going to happen. He's not eligible to win being part of the staff and part of the team. So sorry there. Sorry there, Terry. You're not eligible. Yeah, he's not happy with that, but anyway, he'll get over it. Build a bridge, Terry. You want the answer? Yeah, you put up the
Yes, and the answer was Breon Allen, and Breon Allen did so against the Tar Heels. And when they came to Dowdy Ficklin in 2014, he ran for what was it? I said 211 or something.
211 yards and 2 touchdowns.
We had some other running backs that were close to that 200-yard mark. I want to say in the bowl game against Ohio, I saw Johnny chime in with Ventavious Cooper. I'm pretty sure Coop ran for something like 175, 180.
It was a lot.
Thereabouts against the Bobcats down in St. Pete.
It was definitely a lot, but it was not enough, as Breon Allen was more than that. So I guess it's self-explanatory. Question number 14. There is one opponent on this year's schedule who the Pirates have played 23 times and beaten 13 wins, more than anyone else on the docket. Question 14. There is one opponent on this year's schedule who the Pirates have played 23 games and beaten 13 wins, and they have 13 wins, more than any other else on the docket this year. So it's just this is a very good question, Bubba. You stumped me on this one. I was on a little bit of a roll with Breon, and I guessed that one right, and I definitely knew Ohio, and then all of a sudden.
Well, if you go through this year's 12 games, I mean, I think you would figure it out pretty easily.
Well,
obviously, you got a couple. You have a couple. You have 2 games that you rule out right away.
We've never played Norfolk State, right? So.
Yeah, never played Norfolk State. Never played Georgia State. So you can rule those 2 out.
Yeah, I didn't think about Georgia State. Yeah, I was trying to go through my head with all the different ones, trying to figure out how many times we've won. And we were doing well against UCF, but that's not so much anymore, man. So you can't. That one's out. So we're helping you a little bit, folks. We'll give you a few that.
4, 3, 2, 1. Excuse me. I got the COVID.
Oh no. Johnny says Marshall. That's not correct, Johnny.
South Carolina.
We have beat South Carolina, but no, that's not correct.
I don't think it would be
not 13 times.
Now, Johnny, that guess about Marshall, that is not bad. I want to say we've played the Thunder and Herd 15 times, and we have beaten them 10 times. So not a bad guess with Marshall, but the answer is the Cincinnati Bearcats.
I'll tell you one thing, they have a heck of a program there now. And good news is, folks, I really believe in Mike Houston. Again, get your season tickets. I hate to think if you were on maybe some of you would love to be on the tailgate field more than the game, but do yourself a favor, call on Monday. Ticket season, which is expected, the ticket sales for season tickets have gone down. It's kind of cooled off because of not the priority deadline anymore, but still call 1-800-DIAL-ECU or ECUPirates.com. I'll tell you what, Bubba, there's going to be some mad Pirates if they say only 25% for the first game or 50%, especially if some Marshall fans come in and buy those tickets, right? So, in fact, season game tickets, I believe, normally go on sale, as we were talking to Eric Ward the other night, in August. So fans, I'm telling you, with this situation, I deal with it on the front lines every single day. It's so crazy, so fluid, so changing by the second, it seems like, not even by the minute. And you better go ahead and get your season tickets. I would hate to think that you won't be able to get into Dowdy Ficklin in the fall. That would be really
absolutely. It pays to support the Pirates.
I was going to say, even if we don't play some games, I know I'm going to set aside some little bit of money to try to give, even if it ain't much. if I could buy, we got to get money, regardless of whether we play or not. So we're gonna have to support it, even if it ain't there this year, or else it ain't gonna be there.
Exactly. That's what.
I got a bad feeling about things. I tell you, it's bad.
All right.
We got to do something.
All right. Here we go. Oh, I had the wrong. Oh my God. I didn't. Well, let's see if you caught that. Question number 15. There's been one East Carolina quarterback to ever throw for 500 yards or more in a game. Name the quarterback and the opponent. And 500 yards or more in a game. It wasn't Mike Weaver. No, Mike Weaver. Not back then. Right?
This is easy.
Yeah, real easy.
I hate to say it, but 10 seconds. Hello.
Hey, you ready?
I don't think it is that. Time's up.
All right. There's been one East Carolina quarterback to ever throw for 500 yards or more in a game. Name the quarterback,
Holton.
and the opponent.
Holton Ahlers. Cincinnati. That was the
last
game.
year.
That's the first game I've been to since since Ruffin wasn't there anymore. And I came to it was Letter Winners weekend last year. And not only did he throw for 500, but we had a receiver who was a pretty good freshman last year who just happened to have more pass receiving yards in one game than I did. He broke that record. And then the next week, the other receiver broke it again, had over 218. So, yeah, I got to see my record broken because of them two. Holton and what's CJ? CJ.
Yeah, CJ Johnson. And what you're talking about, the number of yards in a game, he broke Trayvon Brown's record. Trayvon had 9 catches for like 270 yards against Cincinnati toward the end of the 2017 season. I guess maybe it was the final game of the 2017 season. And then CJ had something like 283 or so against Cincinnati last year. And the crazy thing about that, Holton threw for that 535 against the Bearcats. And then in that SMU game, he was 2 yards away from doing it in back-to-back weeks. He threw for 498 against the Mustangs.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, I remember the Cincinnati game. I didn't realize that. I knew he threw a lot. Let me just say this. I remember the SMU game, watching that game, that he threw a lot. I just didn't realize it was that close.
He had to finally what people don't realize, early in the year last year, he was having to learn to play quarterback because he wasn't very well coached that first year. So he was still more or less playing like he did as a high schooler. And what you have to do is you have to change some things in your mechanics. And when you start doing that, it's not easy to do. And so he wasn't as accurate early in the year. But by the time we get to the Cincinnati game, he was rocking and rolling now because he was able to throw himself into not just, he could kind of go back to his old self, but also have the proper mechanics. And he's going to be a talented guy. I'm going to tell you, because he's just, I think, scratching the surface.
Yep. Okay, we ready for question 16? Oh, Jerry.
Oh, Lord. Thank you, Bubba. I know that one.
Question 16. CJ Johnson broke the ECU single game record for receiving yards with 283 against Cincinnati last year. The previous record was 270. Whose record did he break?
What was it,
I
Bubba?
just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to see if people were paying attention.
There you go. That's it.
Oh my gosh. Let's see.
Yeah, you can tell I got carried away talking as I'm driving here on the way home, and totally forgot that I threw that in there.
You did get your kid, didn't you? You didn't leave your kid at the ball field, did you?
No, he's riding with Mama.
Okay. Whoa, I forgot the kid.
Yeah. Instead of left him home alone, you left him at the ball field.
Bunt Terry, yeah, Bunt Terry. I answer to a lot of things.
Uncle Bunk. Instead of Uncle Buck, the John Candy movie's Uncle Bunk.
My daughter.
That's not the answer. Terry's not the answer we were looking for this one.
No, afraid not. Of course, I only got the ball 3 times. I had to get 200 on 3 catches, you know. I mean,
How many-
geez.
If you were played in the modern era, how many catches do you think you can make, Terry? Like in the Lincoln Riley offense, for example, man.
Oh, I try not to go there. It's a story of my life.
You were ahead of your time.
Wrong place, right time, or right place, wrong time, kind of a combination. But that's the way it was. So, such is
Trayvon
life.
Brown, 9 for 270 versus Cincinnati in 2017.
No,
That was a
wasn't
good-
Justin had 236, I think, in one game. I think Justin had 16 catches for his 230 something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right, Terry, and I think that was 2013 against Tulane, maybe.
Yeah, because I had the record up until then, you know, but who cares about that? Oh, yeah, I was definitely in a 3-point stance. Our first job was block. If we wanted to catch it, we had to just wait for pregame warm-ups.
Oh, man. All right. Well, y'all ready for the next question? 17.
Here we go, moving right along.
17 is following the 2015 season. ECU quarterback Blake Kemp transferred. Where did he transfer? Hey, I remember this one. Question.
That's another one of them quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
We had a lot of good quarterbacks back then. 17 following the
I will say this, and this hint probably won't help a lot of people, but the hint is that this team has the same nickname as Stephen F. Austin.
Oh, that's right. I hadn't thought about that. All right, where'd he transfer?
Yeah, that was a tough year.
We have a correct answer, Johnny Gardner.
Time's up, by the way, in case you wanted to know.
And the correct answer is NAU, Northern Arizona.
I never would have got it.
I just remember because it wasn't like if it was a big name school like Alabama or something like that, I would have never remembered it. But the fact Northern Arizona, I was like, was that where? I can't remember. Where is he from? Is he from that area? I can't remember. No. Like the transfer back home, or I can't.
Right. Yeah, I'm
trying to remember.
I'm pretty sure he was. I'm trying to recall exactly where. I'm trying to remember the name of the JUCO that we got him from.
Yeah, a good kid, and that Florida game, man, that hurts. The 2015 Florida game in the Swamp. My goodness. In fact, Blake won us.
You hear that, Bubba? Bubba, you hear that? The Florida game? Oh, my goodness. We had them beat, lined up, and just all we had.
Yeah, we stumped our toe on that one. We had the ball inside the 20. I mean, in the red zone, and when he fumbles that ball, oh my God!
And the guy, and on that play, the receiver was so
Wide
wide.
open, yeah.
WAO, wide open.
Oh my God!
WAO, yes, indeed.
All right, so we ready for number 18? Question 18. In 1998, he's actually the analyst now on the IMG and Learfield College network, Pirate Sports Network. Kevin Monroe returned an interception 100 yards against Louisville at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium. Two other Pirates have accomplished the feat. Both came in wins over Tulsa at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium during Coach Ruff's era. Name them. 1998, Kevin Monroe returned an interception 100 yards against Louisville at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium. Two other Pirates have accomplished the feat. Both came in wins over Tulsa at Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium during Coach Ruff's era.
We should have beat Florida in the Birmingham Bowl, too.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw a funny shirt. James Bates, he's an All-American linebacker for the Gators back in '96 when they won that national championship. But he put together a funny shirt about that bowl game. Unfortunately, at our expense, of course, it said, I would remember the running back that crapped his pants. It said, I'd rather crap my pants and win than not crap my pants and lose.
That was a great one. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
All right. Let's see. Did you go to that game, Terry?
No, I did not.
Okay. And he said it was fun. Bubba said it was fun. Bubba Gallagher.
I'm not talking to him.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was fun. I tell you what, they're getting that new stadium. Thank you, God, Birmingham. Thank you, God. Legion Field was a dump. Oh my God. It was the most ridiculous stadium to play in. And anyway.
I was at my wife and I were at the famous 4th and Dumb game between Auburn and Alabama at Legion Field. And our tickets, we were sitting beside one of the supporting poles for the upper deck. They were down through into the regular seating area. It was that was an interesting place.
I knew it was great back in the day, but this was circa 2006 when we went there and played against the Bulls of South Florida. So anyway,
4th and Dumb is when Auburn was about to beat Alabama, and they got on the goal line. They had Brent Fullwood at fullback and Bo Jackson in the backfield and Tommy Agee, and both thought he was getting the ball, and the other running back thought he was, and both of them went and hit each other in the backfield. Yeah, it was a the offense coordinator got fired.
The number 19. Yeah, bad day at the office. 19.
Wanted to kick it, and if we didn't, they didn't. So
anyway. Returned 5 fumbles for 80 yards or more. 4 of those came in 2001 and 2002. 2 players produced these plays. Name those 2 defensive backs. So I didn't know.
Hey,
by the way.
Now, Dave, on the previous question, I may have missed it. Did you give the answer?
I'm sorry, I didn't. I beg your pardon. Got a little ahead of myself. Let's go back.
I'm sorry.
That's my bad.
Amos and Hawkins.
Yeah, Josh Hawkins. I knew I remember the Josh Hawkins. I didn't remember. I got a split one there. I didn't remember Amos. So one of these days, I'll be, my last name will be Rosenbaum. I can remember all this stuff.
Yeah, Josh Hawkins was actually early on in the ball game when the game was still very much in doubt. What ended up being a 30-17 Pirate win, and then the other one was in a blowout. I don't know, we won something like 58-24, and Deshaun Amos's 100-yard pick six was after the issue was already decided.
There you go. But hey, that's still a great day. These Pirates have returned 5 fumbles for 80 yards or more. 4 of those came in 2001 and 2002. 2 players produced these plays. Name those 2 ECU defensive backs, those D-backs. Who are they?
What was the answer to 18? Oh, did we get that? We got that.
Yeah.
That was it. CTE kicking in. 5 seconds.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Time's up.
All right. Do we have any guesses?
Anybody?
Anybody home?
2 players. 2001 and 2. That was Lewis. Thompson's years, weren't it?
No.
Wasn't it?
Logan. No, Logan. Logan was fired December of 2002. So, unfortunately, but anyway, went 4-8 that year, and your buddy Mike Hamrick fired him.
I was not a Logan worshiper.
I guess I'm guilty, but and I've said many times I love Coach Logan. The one thing that was tough with Logan was, as far as a broadcasting standpoint, now you see him when he's doing his radio shows and stuff. He is hilarious. So when you're doing a show with Logan and that red light is not on, the on-air mic, he was hilarious, joking around, and all of a sudden, I'll never forget so many times our good buddy Pirate Al would he would ask a question and all of a sudden Logan would get this look on his eyes. I don't know how. And I'm like, oh man, you were just funny 5 seconds ago. The light goes on and you become John Wayne. No offense to God rest his soul, John Wayne. I love him.
Logan was a great offense coordinator, but when it came to putting together a team, he had a little issue. Your offense and defense and all got to work together, and not just because we had to outscore people.
You would put the answer, Bubba. You put the answer up.
Yeah, I saw one correct answer.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Waylon got one of them. Travis Heath, he did so against TCU. He returned it, and that was in 2002 when the Pirates, of course, finished 4-8, but pulled that upset that day in Dowdy Ficklen, and I'm trying to recall the other one that Travis Heath had.
All right. We are still here. I'm the only one here. All right. Do I get to make up the question for everybody this time? I will.
Right,
Oh, there he is. Okay, don't
back.
tell him what I said about him.
I'm sorry, guys. You were talking about pooping in your pants. I was getting ready to pee in my pants, so I couldn't. All right. Question number 20. Despite ECU's 11-1 record and a number 9 finish in 1991, the Pirates' leading rusher had just 351 yards. I thought it was more than that this year. See, I was way off. Who was he? Yeah, I thought it was like 500 or 600, But anyway, despite ECU's 11-1, the Peach Bowl year, miracle season 11-1, and number 9 finish in the country, 91, the Pirates' leading rusher had just 351 yards. Who was he? And wow, I can't believe I was off on this one. I swear I thought he had like doubled it.
Was it the quarterback?
No. My thing is, I was thinking that, like I said, I knew he wasn't 1,000-yard rusher, this particular one, but I thought he was more in the 600 or 700-yard range and not 351. So, but I am not the math guy. That would be Mr. Bubba Rosenbaum. He's a stats guy.
Coach Rosenbaum.
Yeah, Coach Rosenbaum. Yeah, I get the.
That's what I guess, Waylon.
Oh, Johnny's got it. Way to go, Johnny. Cedric Van Buren. Go, Johnny Gardner. He got that one. And put it up there on the screen for the official there. For question number 20 is Cedric Van Buren. Like I was saying, I really thought, and I'm wrong, and I admit when I'm wrong, but I was thinking 600-700 yards off without even really thinking about it. But man, 351 is all he got in the season. So I was wrong, and I do hate being wrong. I hate to lose, and I hate being wrong. Let's see. Question 21. All right. And question 21, in which season did East Carolina football set its point per game scoring record of 40.2? 40.2 points a game. I believe I know that year. If you think about the number of points in certain years, you can easily figure this one out. Both Waylon and Johnny are saying 14. Guys, you're definitely in the right era. Unfortunately, that is not the correct answer. And man, it's like horseshoes. 2013, guys. I knew people were going to pick between those 2 years, but 2013, 40.2 points per game. It was average, the most ever, obviously for a season. So 40.2. Just remember that bar bet there. Sorry, guys. 2014. I hate that because I knew that y'all were going to. I knew that they would be close on that question, but 2013 is the most points per game we had in a season there. 40.2, Terry. So 2013.
I think Bubba said. I think Bubba's lost.
Oh,
What happened to Bubba?
There he is.
Let Bubba in. Come on.
I appreciate it.
I had to let Willie in.
For me, Johnny.
Thank you.
See, there's Willie. See, hey Willie.
There's Willie. He's. I've bored him so much he fell asleep.
Put him to sleep. Yeah.
I did. But question 22.
What
In which
usually
season
happens?
did East Carolina football commit a record low of 14 turnovers? It was since 1980. So it was not Gallagher's era. It's post Gallagher.
We didn't turn it over much. We got turnovers now. I tell you what, secondary. We had good secondaries.
Which season did East Carolina football commit a record low of 14 turnovers? It's been since 1980. So we'll give you that much. So it's definitely post Pat Dye, our one of our favorite coaches, and the players of the coach stay right there, and Terry Gallagher. So it's post Pat Dye. We can at least give you that much. It's been since Bubba was born. So.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Let's see. Bubba changed his shirt. No, Bubba, he's been wearing that shirt all along.
Oh, no, that's Bubba. Bubba.
Yeah,
Bubba.
Hey, Bubba.
Bubba. He's up there, and Dave's over there. That's it.
Yeah.
Bubba's up there. Bubba's up there.
It's like Hollywood Squares we play every week. All right. All right. Are you guys ready for the answer?
83.
All right. 2007. Holtz.
First year.
Yeah. Third year.
Third year.
Hey, you think about it though. One of the things that could have helped somebody answer that question, the Hawaii Bowl victory over Boise State. Of course, CJ had that fumble late in the game where Marty Tadman picked it up and ran it in. But that was, I think, only the second time that Chris Johnson had fumbled that year.
That's right. You are absolutely right.
Good stuff. All right. Let's see. Let's go to question number 23. We got 2 more questions. So wake up if we put you to sleep. 2011, the Pirates defeated an opponent on the gridiron that they had not defeated before or since, despite having met 7 times. Who was it?
And look, Dave, let me clarify. Seven meetings. That's the total number of meetings that they have met 5 times since that 2011 game.
So it's not like they played them all.
Check that. They have met 4 times since the 2011 game.
But in total, they played 7 times.
Correct.
Okay.
Time's clicking. I know the answer, I think. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
West Virginia.
That's a good guess, but no. You're getting the geography a little bit. You've gone a little bit too far to the west, but you're closer to the actual school. Not close to the school, but closer than they would be closer than we are.
I think when you see this, Terry, it won't surprise you whatsoever.
All right. Who was it? We got answers.
The Navy midshipman.
Navy. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Navy.
We lost a close ball game to them up there in Annapolis in 2006. The first time we played them with Skip's second year, and then we of course got hammered 76-35 by them in Ruff's first year, and then we beat them 38-35 in 2011, and then in 12 we got beat like 56-28 at Dowdy Ficklin, and then
the game we beat them is when Dominic Davis set the record for
consecutive completions. Yeah. Had like 28 or 30 or something like that in a row. Yeah, he was perfect in the first half, like you're saying. I don't recall the exact number, but 28 or 30.
Yeah, like 31
or whatever it was.
Yeah.
All right.
He had to ice his arm down like a pitcher. All right.
I know this one, and I know the year too, Bubba. I know this one. Question number 24. The largest crowd the Pirates have ever played in front of was 95,416. Who was the opponent? Can I say the weekend they played them?
That's the easy one there because
they're obviously.
I'll tell you, Bubba Gallagher don't like them.
Yeah, there obviously aren't a ton of options. I mean, you think Michigan, you think. I mean, you don't. I mean, the Pirates haven't played Michigan before. They have played Penn State, but that was back in the 80s.
That was the 80s.
Yeah,
when's the last time we played Penn State? We played them, I know, in 83, right?
No, and we didn't play them in 83. It was, I want to say 85 or 86.
Okay, all right. I knew it was.
Maybe it would have been 84, but it was after 83. And
Okay.
We played them twice. There was one year we played them extremely competitively, and we only lost 17-10. But Johnny and Waylon both have the correct answer, Dave, and the correct answer is, of course, the Tennessee Volunteers. Neyland
I was
State.
going to sing Rocky Top. If I started singing Rocky Top, yeah, might have done it.
And Dave, if you look at the comments, Waylon chimes in saying that those games against Penn State were consecutive seasons, 84 and 85.
Okay.
Like I said, you had the one that was 17-10, and I think one may have not been so competitive. I don't know if it was 38 or 42-17, something like that.
Yeah, I remember it was right before I became a Pirate fan in '86, and I knew that we had played, and I'd heard that before that I actually started following the team. So some of us are not like Bubba Rosenbaum. We were not, I literally moved to Eastern North Carolina when I was 12, and I went to my first game at 13 and became a fan. So take a whole bunch of people to the stadium, right? Yeah, Bubba?
Yeah, and just one moment, and that's what I was going to put on the screen there. Walter Wilson, who's the correct answer earlier, I think maybe question the very first Pirate question. Walter Wilson, tremendous receiver, had a good game in the snow against Penn State.
Great stuff there. Man, I tell you what, they were some people don't know it, but Penn State were Penn State was actually supposed to they had wanted to be in the ACC and about 30 years ago. And can you imagine having Penn State, Notre Dame, Miami, and Florida State? I mean, on the same conference. But anyway, that was not to be. They're in the Big Ten, so which still has 11 schools. And that's a whole nother story. And the Big 12, and the Big 12 has 10.
And Missouri's in the SEC East.
I do have a fun question I'm going to throw at you guys before we go. And I know we're going a little long tonight. Thank you guys for hanging there with us. But before we go, I got a question.
There's something dead in there.
As far as there's going to be a realignment in the next few years, guys, in college football. And we'll get our guys to chime in too before we go. What do you think? Who do you think's going to? Do you see any conferences winning or losing as far as gaining teams, losing teams? Do you see anything? Or are you looking at your crystal ball right now, Captain Bunk, and seeing certain teams going to certain conferences?
I see a lot of it depends on this year and how the things go with the season and how many games can be played, et cetera, et cetera. But because of the monetary situation and because the court case about the athletes being paid the way they're going to have to allow athletes to be paid for their likenesses.
Yeah, but that's next year. That's next year. We'll know about that.
But that's still coming down the pipe. So I see a potential for the Power Five breaking away from the NCAA and becoming their own thing. And it's going to leave us and a lot of other schools in a peculiar situation. So you may wind up with a third division, so to speak. You'd have like a super conference or a super league, and then you'd have us as more or less the football bowl series, I guess, what's left of it. And then, of course, you've already got the FCS. And the thing between the FCS and FBS is the number of scholarships and things like that. To be in the Division I, to be in FBS or whatever they call it, you got to have certain facilities. You got to have certain number of teams, certain number of sports, and so forth and so on. So, FCS schools don't have the same, things they have to do. So, I see potentially a big, because of money again, the TV contracts changing and so forth. It's going to be, it could be tough. And I don't know about how it's going to work with the other sports, because you're getting to the point where it's teams you have to travel all over the country in your conference for football. So it makes your other sports have to do that traveling. And when you don't have, when you're not a revenue sport, and you have to, go to El Paso like when we were in Conference USA. Now, how many times do we have to go out? Well, if you can't get El Paso's El Paso's that's like another world. But when you start having like baseball, baseball will never attract the number of the amount of money that football will, and I love baseball. I love our baseball. Of course, basketball you're limited by the number of seats. The arenas.
Yeah.
If you don't have a large arena, you're not going to make money off basketball. And Kentucky, what's their even Carolina holds what 30-something thousand basketball.
No, let's see. It's over 23,000, 20. I'll look that up.
Well, if you're selling out a 23,000 seat arena, 20 times a year, you can make money off that. But when you got a 6,000 seat arena and you're only filling half of it, you're not making money.
Yeah, ours is 8,000, but we need to. I'll tell you one thing, Terry, and then we'll go here in a second. I was going to get Bubba to pitch it to him, but anyway, as far as we had times this year with Dooley, you'll be really happy to know over 5,000 people, and you get there 23,000. I am right. Thank you, Johnny. But 23,000 people for the Dean Dome. But anyway, the Dean E. Smith Center and a beautiful campus there at Chapel Hill. I will give them credit for that.
I don't do that. I don't give them credit. When you have to wear your helmet out of their dressing rooms, you can't give them credit for anything. I'm sorry.
Well, you had to wear the helmet?
Yeah. They back then the dressing rooms were underneath the Ram Club.
Yeah.
And they would pour beverages and throw things at us as we came out.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
I got
you. I'm sorry. I'm track-minded sometimes. But
that's
anyway,
well,
baseball, same thing. And we have for baseball, we have great attendance for baseball.
Oh yeah. And here's the thing: the good news is for the big three sports, Houston's turning things around. I've said year 3 next year. 21 will be his year. Dooley's going to turn around things this year. It's year 3 for Dooley. And look what Cliff's doing, man. It just hurts that no Alec Burleson. But you know what? Burley was one of those special players, and I don't blame, obviously, Burleson, because he's very good. It's just I hate that we didn't get a chance to see his 3rd year with the Pirates, but that's just the way life goes.
Yeah, baseball, and I don't know why they don't do some of the other sports like they do baseball and allow the kids to get drafted and still come back to the school and play if they,
Yeah, I think I agree with you 1,000%, Terry. I think that's a dumb thing. I've always thought about that, and also the fact that I believe the kids should be, as far as basketball, kids should be able to come out of high school if they're good enough to get in the NBA. Let them go to the NBA, just like you do baseball. I understand football is totally different. I understand a different animal, as they say. But anyway, Terry, I want people to go to our social media pages and definitely like all the stuff and around there. Yeah, Johnny makes a good point. Let's put this up.
Right. Yeah, if we had over 7,000. Yeah, if we had 7,000.
And here's the thing.
Sure.
Good thing about Pirate fans, I'll make this point I was going to make, and I didn't. I just realized that the good thing about Pirate fans is that we have, if it's Tiddlywinks, they're going to support it. So all of a sudden, when Dooley starts winning in basketball, and maybe who knows goes to NIT in the next couple of years, I really believe that's possible, and eventually to the big dance, then maybe the 3rd or 4th best team in the American by that point. I think that's totally possible. Then that arena is going to average 5,000. It won't be like a special night. And you get some of those big matches, big games, if you will, matchups, if you will, then it could easily be a sellout, and it could be a hard ticket to get. So I'm looking forward to that day, just like with Cliff. with baseball. Anybody that knows me knows that the three coaches we have now, Bubba, listen to me, Terry, are the best we've had in a long, long time in a generation. And I guess Bubba's, I was going to say goodbye to Bubba, but that's right. Thank you, William. Thank you, Waylon. Williams Arena is a hard place to play. Patino hated coming here, and we knocked them off. And Marquette.
He also hated cheerleading match because he was coming onto the court and he tripped everyone.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Well, anyway, hey Bubba, let's talk about our season tickets. Thank you, Bubba Gallagher. Appreciate you, man, very much. Great. Your uncle is awesome, and you're awesome too. Runs in the family. Yeah, we put that one up there. But let's talk about the season ticket sweepstakes and upcoming programming, and we're going to get out of here.
Yeah, to win those 2 East Carolina football season tickets, or to have a chance to win them, follow us on Twitter at TheSportsOBJ. In addition to following us, you need to retweet our pinned tweet, and all the details of the contest are outlined there, just like they are on our pinned Facebook post. So follow, retweet, like, and share on both of those 2 places. And then also on YouTube, if you subscribe there and show us that you've subscribed, then we'll put your name in the hat a 3rd time. And then last but not least, wherever you listen to the show, whether it's TuneIn Radio, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, you name it, subscribe. Screenshot that and send it on as a response or comment on Twitter and Facebook.
All right, and before we go, I want to remind folks that Terry Gallagher is not eligible for those season tickets. Sorry, Terry.
Who won tonight? Who won tonight?
That's a good question. I'll let Bubba be the.
I would say that I don't know. Everybody won.
Everybody gets a trophy. Get everybody a trophy. That's right. Hey, Bubba. As far as upcoming programming, we got some good stuff coming up, right?
Yeah, we do. We'll be talking to Mike Radford and Coach John Welburn and some of the others. I'm posted up here, but we'll talk to those 2 guys as well as some of the other members of the ECU wrestling program from the 70s. Dinner's ready.
Good night, Stacy.
Now, barbecue grilled chicken and mashed potatoes. But no, we'll talk ECU wrestling, and then we'll have a number of coaches on. A lot of. We're finally going to make it happen with Charles Arbuckle next Thursday, and he'll be the conclusion of a show where we have John Bream on getting a COVID-19 update, one that I guess we haven't had him on in about 2.5 months.
It was April the last time when it was really getting cranked up. And folks,
if you want a wrestling guy, Bruce Hall, he was a wrestler here back when it was terminated, and he's a good source on wrestling.
All right, what about we'll say Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair. I know Mike Radford gets really mad. I'm just joking. I'm teasing you, Mike. Looking forward to that. The wrestling program is one that it was before my time, but certainly the people that know ECU sports know that the wrestling program was one of the best we've ever had as far as sports programs. I'm not saying that because Mike is a fan of the show and of our podcast and everything, and a fan of obviously knows Bubba very well. I think even maybe some Captain Bunk too. So anyway, that's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for that. I went to our club baseball championship in Holly Springs a couple years ago, stopped for a second with tears in my eyes in the parking lot. The crowd said if we had a Pitch Pennies team, it was good fans it was good. Our fans turn out. Absolutely, Johnny. I think we have the best fan base. And I tell you one thing, it'll be great to see our administration, and it'll be great for Pirate fans to hold us up high again, that we are big time. That I believe we're big time. And if you don't think we're big time, find another school to be administrator, or you can actually certainly, as far as fans are concerned, go to another team. We're big time. We need to have that mindset like Pat Dye and Captain Bunk and the people certain eras of Pirate football. Let's get that back. I love a miss the swagger. We said that word a lot this week. We miss the swagger. Let's bring back the swagger. All right, Captain Bunk, Bubba Rosenbaum, thank you, man, for all your hard work as always. We're going to sign out here. Thanks to Johnny and Waylon and Bubba and everybody watching tonight. Means a lot. You've been watching Friday Night Trivia on Facebook Live and live on our YouTube channel. Good night, everybody. And as always, go Pirates.
There we go.